Operation Varsity Plunder began at the end of March 1945. The Allies were closing in on Germany, but first let's rewind to Operation Veritable, which occurred in February, led by British and Canadian troops from the 21st Army Group under Field Marshal Bernard Montgomery. This operation was a massive push through the Reichswald forest in the west, aimed at breaking through the German defenses and setting the stage for crossing the Rhine. It was tough going, mud, mines, and relentless German counterattacks along the way. But the British and Canadians pushed through, and by March 10th, the Germans were forced to pull back from their positions along the Rhine. Thus, the British and Canadians took possession of the west bank of the Rhine, though the bridges were destroyed. Planning for Operation Varsity Plunder began in early March. This was a two-part operation. Plunder was the ground assault aimed at performing amphibious assaults around Ries and Wesel, while Varsity would be the largest airborne operation in history, involving over 16,000 paratroopers. Hundreds of planes and gliders were used as they soared across the Rhine, dropping paratroops behind German lines. On March 24, 1945, the operation started. The British 21st Army Group, led by Montgomery, spearheaded the assault. They crossed the Rhine near Wesel, supported by a massive artillery barrage and air attacks. Resistance in some areas was stronger than in other areas, which held little to no German resistance for the Allies. And joining the British were American troops from the 9th Army led by General William Simpson and the Canadians of the 9th Infantry Brigade, which would aim to help the British. While from the air, the paratroopers from the U.S. 17th Airborne Division and the British 6th Airborne Division landed east of the Rhine, securing key positions and disrupting German defenses. Despite heavy anti-aircraft fire and fierce resistance in numerous areas, the paratroopers achieved their objectives. The ground troops fought through similar German resistance to capture various objectives that were in front of them after getting across, creating a pathway for the advance. The Germans had been caught off guard and were soon overwhelmed. Within a few days, the Allies had established a solid bridgehead on the east bank of the Rhine. By March 27th, the Allies managed to fight their way through much determined resistance and were able to secure a bridgehead that was 35 miles long and 20 wide. The results were staggering. The Allies captured over 16,000 German soldiers, and they continually advanced their way into the heart of Germany against what was almost no opposition afterwards. The success of Varsity Plunder showed the end was near for the Germans. By April, the Allies were racing through Germany at an even faster rate. Operation Varsity Plunder was an example of combined arms warfare, airborne, artillery, and ground forces working together. It demonstrated the incredible coordination and bravery of the Allied forces, and was a key turning point in one of the last major operations in the final phase of World War II.